Good day, mommy and daddy. My name is Yusuf Miracle. I'm here to recite my memory verse. That's one topic says, Adam and Eve disobey God. And my memory verse is taken from the book of Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 18. And it says, and you shall do what is right and good in the sight of the Lord, that he may be well with you. Verse 2, Satan's afflict. And my memory verse is taken from the book of Romans chapter 8 verse 8. And it says, and we know that all things work together for good to those who love God. Lesson 3, sin causes distress. And my memory verse is taken from the book of Psalm 73 verse 18. And it says, surely you set them in the slippery and you set them in the slippery places and cast them down to destruction. Lesson 4, helping others in distress. And my memory verse is taken from the book of Proverbs chapter 3 verse 11 to 12a. And it says, my son, do not despise the counsel of the Lord, nor despise his correction. For you do not love the correct. Lesson 5, God give his people fruit. And my memory verse is taken from the book of Ephesians chapter 5 verse 20. And it says, giving thanks always for all things to God the Father in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Lesson 6, the little girl help a real captain. And my memory verse is taken from the book of John chapter 15 verse 17. And it says, those things I command you, that you will love one another. Lesson 7, the widow son came alive. And my memory verse is taken from the book of Psalm 86 verse 7. And it says, in the days of my trouble, I will call upon you, for you will answer. Lesson 8, God answers prayer. And my memory verse is taken from the book of Isaiah chapter 65 verse 24. And it says, and it shall come to pass that before you will call, I will answer. Lesson 10. Lesson 9, be free. And my memory verse is taken from the book of John, 1 John 11 verse 44b. And it says, Jesus said to them, leave him and let him go. Lesson 10, no rest for the wicked. And my memory verse is taken from the book of Micah chapter 2 verse 1. And it says, woe to those who divide iniquity and work out evil on their bed. Lesson 11, the Good Samaritan. And my memory verse is taken from the book of 1 John chapter 4 verse 11. And it says, if God so loved us, we also ought to love one another. Lesson 2, move the children of God. My memory verse is taken from the book of Psalm 119 verse 12. And it says, blessed are you, O Lord, teach me your statutes. Thanks.
Good day, mom and dad. My name is Obinna Advantastin. I'm not to recite my 12th memory verse. Lesson 1 topic says, Adam and Eve disobey God. The memory verse is taken from the book of John chapter 6 verse 18. And it says, and you shall do what is right and good in the sight of the Lord, that it may be well with you. Lesson 2 topic says, Satan afflicts. The memory verse is taken from the book of Romans chapter 8 verse 28. And it says, I know that all things work together for good to those who love God. Lesson 3 topic says, causes distress. And memory verse is taken from the book of Psalm 73 verse 18. Psalm 73 verse 18. And it says, surely you set them in a sleepy place, you cast them down to destruction. Lesson 4 topic says, helping others in distress. And memory verse is taken from the book of Proverbs chapter 3 verse 11 to 12. And Proverbs chapter 3 verse 11 to 12. And it says, Proverbs chapter 3 verse 11 to 12. And it says, my son, do not despise the testing of the Lord, nor despise his correction, for you the love is correct. Lesson 5 topic says, God give his people food. And memory verse is taken from the book of Ephesians chapter 5 verse 20. And it says, giving thanks always for all things to God, the Father, in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Lesson 6 topic says, a little girl help a great captain. And memory verse is taken from the book of John chapter 15 verse 17. And it says, John chapter 15 verse 17. And it says, this thing I command you, that you should love one another. Lesson 7 topic says, the widow son came alive. And memory verse is taken from the book of Psalm 86 verse 7. Psalm 86 verse 7. And it says, and Jesus said to them, and Jesus said, in the day of my trouble, I will call upon you and you will answer me. Lesson 8 topic says, God answers prayer. And memory verse is taken from the book of Isaiah chapter 65 verse 24. And it says, Isaiah chapter 65 verse 24. And it says, and it shall come to pass, before they call, I will answer. Lesson 9 topic says, be free. And memory verse is taken from the book of be free. And memory verse is taken from the book of John chapter, John chapter, John chapter, another verse is taken from the book of John chapter 11, verse 44, and Jesus said to them, "Leave him and let him go." Lesson 10 topic says, "No rest for the wicked." The memory verse is taken from the book of Micah chapter 2, verse 1, and it says, "Woe to those who devise iniquity and work out evil on their bed." Lesson 11 topic says, "The good Samaritan." Another verse is taken from the book of 1 John chapter 4, verse 11, and it says, 1 John chapter 4, verse 11, and it says, "If God so loved us, he also ought to love one another." Lesson 12 topic says, no rest for lesson 12 topic says, "Move the children of God." And memory verse is taken from the book of Psalm 119, verse 12, and it says, "Blessed are you, O Lord, teach me your statutes."